Hi, I'm Stephen Sigler, and I want to talk to you today about life verses. I was taught a long time ago that I needed to have a life verse. Now, what is a life verse? It's a go-to verse. It's a verse that you're comfortable with. It's a verse that reminds you of staying in focus. It's a verse that it's a touchstone. It comforts you. It brings you back to reality, and is just something that I lean on. Uh, Pastor Dave talks about a lot of different verses. Most of his are in Psalms that he goes to. Uh, I have 3.5 life verses. I've had the half verse for a long time. It is found in John 17, and I'm going to save that for maybe some other day. The three verses all run together. They are part of Philippians 4. There are verses 11, 12, and 13. I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned that the secret of being content in every situation, whether being well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or want, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Now, there's some key words in that. Um, that I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with the words themselves. I have a problem with doing it. And there is the word learned is the main word. And if you don't learn it, you don't know it. So know is the other word. I learned everything the hard way. And it takes practice to learn things. It takes diligence. It takes staying in the Word. It takes an effort to stay in it. Now, Philippians as a whole is my fourth favorite book. The four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, by far are my first. I can handle them in about any version you want to read it in, so long as it's English. King James doesn't bother me at all on that one, in those, nor does it bother me in Philippians. I like the NIV, and I also like the Message in these, which I'm not going to read to you. But the point is that we learn things, and we learn things by studying, and we learn things by experience. It's a lot easier to learn by studying, no matter how poor you are at it, and trust me, I'm poor at it, than the experience. The experience hurts. Experience usually leaves wounds, and sometimes they heal nice, and they're clean, and they don't show. And other times wounds heal, and they leave an ugly scar. It's easier to learn by studying. In the end, it doesn't hurt near as much. The whole book of Philippians is about a way to live. And to me, verse 12, the middle of what I just read to you, pretty well sums up the whole thing. It's when I talk to people about it, I say I've learned to be happy. That's what Dave talked about all the way through Philippians, being happy. I've learned to be happy if I'm wet or dry, hot or cold, fat or skinny, housed or in a tent, amongst friends, amongst enemies. It really doesn't bother me anymore. It truly doesn't. But it's something I learned. And I learned through studying. And quite frankly, part of that I learned through, I've got some scars. I got some scars. And quite frankly, I don't care for scars too well. They're not pretty. They're constant reminders of past mistakes, and it just would have been easier to learn it in the first place. That's all I really wanted to say about the whole thing. Just learn. And you have to learn. You got to stay in the Word if you want to learn the Word. Have a blessed day. Thanks. Bye.